This week on the Push Pull Legs podcast, we discuss supersetting, the ins and outs, and some absolute madness. And 3, 2, 1. Hace mucho calor.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Dan Meek.
Está muy caliente.
You can do this the whole podcast or just the intro? Pitting out. Oh, he's turned Spanish, guys. He's turned Spanish.
I bought it because it is both of those things, but one references the weather and one references you, Dan, obviously.
Yeah, it's hot and Dan is bald. Probably.
No, I was because obviously you can say the weather is hot or like the weather is warm, but obviously where we would say, oh, this potato is hot or this person is hot, that would be a different meaning. They have different words for that. So caliente would be like if you're reference to a person or like an object. This Fanta is very hot. Caliente, muy caliente. Whereas calor is the weather. Confusing, no?
Very confusing, mate. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not learning it. Put it that way.
It was quite helpful today. I could pick up certain things that I was like, you're always like, am I making progress? But like amongst other people who don't speak Spanish, and then like Chloe's parents are speaking Spanish in the same room, and I could actually kind of understand some of the stuff they were saying. I couldn't really answer back very well, but I was like, oh, I know what they're on about. That's cool.
Yeah.
So
did you hear the word stupid son-in-law?
Yeah.
A fair bit.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
Moron.
Can't believe she's doing this. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
Why are we here? God, yeah. Literally all of that. It's all right. Within 5 minutes of Chloe's dad being here, it's like, how's the golf? I'm like, yep, cool. Let's crack on about golf.
Not good, actually. Is the actual.
No bueno. See,
no bueno.
Even Dan knows that. But I got a new putter, so all is right in the world.
That's what matters.
Dan's got about 6 million putters, so you're one of those guys who just collects putters. You're gonna have a putter collection. You're gonna have a putter collection, though, aren't you? You're the Grant Horvat of putter world.
I'm really not, because that I don't need that. I've realized that I had a test done. My coach tested it all out. It's not my putter that's the problem, so I'm not going to buy into that anymore. It's not happening.
You had the wrong test done. My AI.
No, I didn't. I'm not buying
AI. It's an AI putter. Do you have an AI smoke?
AI everything. I swear to God, you just have to put AI. You have to put AI on something and it works, doesn't it? No, I don't have an AI smoke. I've got my paradigm says AI on it, I think.
Is it?
My driver. I'm pretty sure it says something like AI on it.
I reckon it's like that kind of time. Remember when like the iPhone came out and everything had just had I something in front of it, didn't it?
Yeah, it was jailbreak AI. It says
AI.
Jailbreak AI.
What is the artificial intelligence that's gone into this putter? Or
I think that what they do is they kind of like run loads of tests on the face and they find weak points in it, and it's just like basically just run tests, and they just decided to call it AI did the test. So it's just a massive buzzword, isn't it? It's like people just assume that AI is better. If it says AI something on it, it's got to be better. It's like, why? Why is that be better?
Personal trainers who were like transformation coaches for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a post that wound me up the other day of like this girl who was basically like, I'm so glad I am a strength coach and no longer a personal trainer.
Oh, shut up.
Fucking hell. And she was like, there's so many differences. Personal trainers like only deal with like weight loss predominantly and all this kind of bullshit. And she was like, there's so many differences. I deal with like periodization and like strength work and it's like on athletes. And I was like, fucking hell. Poor off.
Some people make themselves really boring, don't they?
I know,
just by doing that.
Like, you're awful. Like, I'm glad you're in an employed position because no one will work with you. Like,
literally.
Basically, you could not make it as a personal trainer because you have to sell your services, and your services or personality was wank. So therefore, you're now a strength coach in an employed position, getting underpaid for what you do. Cool.
Correct.
Awesome. Oh, it's a nice way to start. How are you, Dan?
I'm all good, mate. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Just cracking on as usual. It's really fucking hot here.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Fucking scorching here.
Scorching
What?
hell. But yeah, no, all good. Like I'm trying to play less golf. I told you, did I say this last week? My coach told me to play less, and I'm
Yeah.
getting burnt out. And I need to stop playing. And then went and played all right on Monday. No, I actually have stopped. So basically, for those that don't know, they're really boring. I basically used to play, or currently used to play 3 times a week, and then practice twice a week at weekends for like 2 to 3 hours at a time. And they were just like, "You're just burning yourself out. You're just being a knob. Like you're just basically making things far worse for yourself and getting in your own head." So I'm now only playing twice a week for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and then when I'm back in the UK, I'm taking the whole time off golf. Basically, that's what I'm doing. And then when I come
Mate.
back from there, I'm back into my pre-season. Then they've said then we'll go back into practice and doing all these things. So I'm on an enforced off season
Back,
really with golf, just
back
having
into
fun.
pre-season. It's almost like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's almost like they treat you as an athlete, and that's
yeah. It's almost
exactly
like they
exactly
literally have said
what
like, oh, you've not
like
had a break. So
I've got like a couple of footballers I work with, and guess what? They're on their off season.
yep.
Like I'm like, you've got testing in about 3 or 4 weeks. Go chill out. Doesn't matter
And it
what you
was
get in the
what was
test.
really annoying as well was that I knew they were right. That's what's really annoying about a coach is when you know they're right and you'd give the same advice, and it was just a bit one of those where my coach was like, "Look at how far you've come in the last year." He's like, "I think I've gone from like 4.5 to 1 handicap," and he's like, "People don't do that in a year very often." Like,
Yeah,
he's like, "You've done really well." He's like, "You're just the problem is that all the hard work you've done to get to that point, you think that working hard is going to get you to the next point." He's like, "No, you just need to chill the fuck out and just recognize how far you've come, have an off
yeah,
season." Get rid of all the thoughts in your head around it and come back wanting to play golf because I was like, it was coming to chore. I just wasn't looking forward to it. I wasn't bothered. And it's like the heat doesn't
yeah.
help. So yeah, it just said like, these are
And
all
you
the
give
signs,
that,
right?
put that to me, and I like play golf. Luckily, every other week, maybe every
Mm,
3 weeks, I fucking look forward to that day so
yeah.
much. It is just like
Yeah.
I wake up early, I'm like cleaning my clubs. It's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. It's funny,
like
isn't it? How
picking
how it
out
how
my
it can
outfit the
change.
night before. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
good. I'm gonna
Yeah.
use this
And
ball
that's the way I
marker.
was as well. So that's how you know that things have changed, right? You need to
Yeah,
think about it. So yeah, no, other than that, mate, all good. Like I say, it's been a bit weird. Like this weekend, obviously, I didn't practice golf, and I usually practice, like say, 2 3 hours each day. And it's kind of the main focus of each day. So it's kind of weird not doing anything and kind of just sitting around and chilling out, which is a bit odd. But it's just so hot here now. It's like 45 degrees, humid. You just can't do anything. Like it's a bit minging. So yeah, that's my day, mate. Really exciting, really fun and exciting. But it's all good. Cracking on, doing bits. Means I can record more content, do more shit that I should be doing
I
work
know.
wise.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna be more recording. Obviously, like from being able to put out 2 pieces of content every single day, whilst Chloe and her parents are not here, to trying to do that every single time at the moment is it's tough, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's tough.
Hey,
So
you're full
just
wedding
got to
planning mode now.
do it in blocks, and we got to do it in
Yeah.
blocks. Yeah, which is fine. But yeah, full wedding planning mode. I just came back. Unfortunately, I'm going to be a little bit lethargic through this because I've just eaten a lot of food. So I just sent down a list of food, and I tried every single one of those dishes. Obviously not a full
Yeah.
bit, but every single one I tried. Um, and there was a lot
It was
with
a lot. It all sounds amazing as well. I'm
with
actually quite excited
th
for the wedding now. I wasn't excited
three
before. I am now.
with 3 to 4 different cocktails, a sparkling white, a white, and a red wine as well. So I've had
Oh
three
wow.
cocktails and 3 drinks.
So you're a little bit pissed as well then. Sounds like.
I'm just tired, honestly. It's hot, tired, but it was good. It was really fun. Like,
Just tired. That's what they
just
all
should we
say when
just
they're
should we
big
just
drinkers.
wet the mouth of I don't know where I just put those things. Where's my menus? The menus. We'll say the top one. Or actually, if you were going to pick, Dan, of any of these, just so people can wet their whistle of what we may be tasting. So pick one.
What's going to wet
Pick
my
one.
whistle? Well,
Mm.
hang on. Let me get the list up. Well, the cheese and Marmite, I mean, is a stroke
Are
of
you,
genius.
are
The
you gonna
snacks, by the way.
work back from late night snacks?
No, we can start from the beginning if you want. So we
Nice.
got the canapes. I mean, I like the sound of the cheese croquette, however you say it, with blackberry ketchup with apple. That sounds nice. Again, like cheese and the fruit, very, very good. Pork neck, puffed rice, and tarragon emulsion. Sounds decent. Sushi rice, trout, apple, and yuzu wasabi. I probably like that. Asian-y. Miso chicken nugget, yes. Scotch quail eggs, yes. Mini brioche burger, yes. Whipped goat's curd, no. Wild mushroom, no. Tapioca, no. Any vegetarian, no. Not interested in any of
You'll
them.
be so
Um,
surprised, mate. Of like my top ones there were the sushi rice, but
yeah.
weirdly, the arancini. So good. Like the
Was it?
gluten free. It was no, it was vegan. It was so good. Yeah, it was insane.
Mm,
But
doesn't doesn't
but
doesn't do anything for me that one.
I didn't want the it was too early for canapes on like the champagne
Yeah.
reception to have a burger. I was like, that's not really considering there's
Yeah, it's not, is it? Yeah.
a big one for the late night snack
And
if you
also as well,
want.
you've got the evening burgers, right? So yeah. So then
Yeah.
I mean starters then on the main thing, starters, scallops, oyster mushrooms, miso egg. I'm not bothered about scallops to be honest. I think they're overplayed, I think, scallops. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Mhm.
The trout pastrami sounds good. Creme fraiche, golden beetroot, yeah, bit of me that. House made ricotta, golden beetroot. Not asked about that. Whipped carrot tahini, pumpkin seed pesto. Now you said this was nice, and it does sound like it would be nice. To be fair,
Hmm.
I'm going to
It's
take your
just
word for that.
it's just weird, isn't it? It's just like it's just carrot.
Yeah.
But one of my most favorite dishes ever, like what I've tried in a restaurant, was just a carrot dish, which is crazy. But yeah, it was a free Michelin star restaurant, so they did pretty well. But yeah, it was like it
Mm.
was a carrot dish. But yeah, I think the pastrami thing was good, was pretty banging.
Yeah, and then out of those, you've got venison with potato, lamb rump, dry aged sirloin steak, grilled leeks, obviously the vegetarian option. I agree with you, mate. I don't think I'd go for the sirloin steak. I feel like it's just a bit like I would have one of those all the time, do you know?
Mm,
So I think the venison, yeah, I think I agree. The venison I'd go with. Venison, lamb rump's all right. Obviously a bit of potatoes and there, some nice veg, obviously, as comes with all of it. Dessert then, coffee and tonka bean and white chocolate. Sounds incredible. Earl Grey, Clementine, Millefleur. I do like a Millefleur, to be fair.
is that how you
Um,
say it to them as well, just to annoy
yeah, I
them?
said just like that, just to be really annoying. I do like them, so I would actually try that, even though the Bergamot, Earl Grey, and vanilla, I'm not huge bothered about. I think it would be nice to try it.
Yeah.
Spiced poached pear, not a fan of poached pear at all, so I wouldn't
No,
go near
nor
that one.
me. Like,
Wouldn't go
so
near that one.
the reason why there was like a vegetarian and vegan option on the, so we got asked to like choose like it was like eight canapes or six canapes, something like that. Then we can choose like three starters, three main, three desserts, and I was like, oh, we should pick like a vegetarian one or a vegan one, so we try it, so we know that what the people who are having that as the option that it's good or whatever,
Mm,
what we would have. And then Chloe was like, no, fuck that. Like, we're gonna try what we want. It's like that's
yeah,
like why there was like boom, boom, boom. But because one of our wedding planners is vegan, he was like, "Oh, can we have a vegan option on every single one as well?" So we got to try more food because he was there. That was just good. But yeah, otherwise, she
bloody
was like, "Oh,
vegans.
literally," and the way she said it was like, "Oh, because we would try." I was like, "We?" I was like, "I said that we should try a vegetarian option just because we should and be nice to our guests." She's like, "No, definitely not." It's our
Yeah.
day. I was like, it was so funny.
Yeah, and then
Uh,
you got the evening stuff, the dessert canapes. I mean, the croissant, toasted croissant pudding, blackberry cheesecake sounds amazing.
that was good. Yeah.
Burnt honey custard eclair. The only problem I have with this is that in my head I'm thinking of a full dessert of this, but it's not, is it? It's gonna be little bite-sized pieces. I'm gonna be there going, bring that back, come back here with
Literally.
that plate. Um, yeah, I mean, caramelized apple, white chocolate mascarpone, not fussed. Fig and blackcurrant, not fussed. Uh, Cheese and Marmite toasty for late snacks is an absolute touch.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about the late night snacks because I can tell that you've had a lot of input into this because it is cheese and Marmite toasty, buttermilk fried chicken with pickles, soft corn taco, chipotle chicken, sour cream pickled chili, brioche bun, beef slider, mature cheddar, baby jam pickles. Yes, that's Tom's bit there. All that. That's what I'd go for.
It's just
That's
like,
why I'm a fan of it.
yeah, literally. And I think like we're doing another tasting tomorrow, and one of them is bacon sarnie. Just a nice bacon sarnie to end. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Good. No,
Yeah.
but
Well,
it
it's
was.
getting exciting, mate. It's getting real now, isn't it? We're picking the food and shit.
I
That's starting to get
know.
real. That's nitty
Picking
gritty
the
shit, isn't it?
food, picking the wine. Then we apparently have to go and pick the plates and the chairs and all that kind of
Maybe we've
shit.
got loads of cool, like really tasty mocktails, mate, for those of us that don't drink alcohol.
There will be, yeah, there will be non-alcoholic. bullshit things. Yeah.
I'll be drinking, don't worry.
Oh
Don't worry,
mate,
I'll be
yeah.
drinking, fucking hell. No,
Yeah, you only need that to get through it. So
just not wine.
there was some fun stuff. We have like some fun like cocktails and stuff as well because we think we're gonna like have a there's a different either a cocktail or a wine choice with each bit as well. That'd be fun. Um, or whenever you get to like you'll really like a carajillo. Mm. You'll enjoy that, I
What's that?
think. It's a coffee based
Oh yeah, all
one.
over it.
Yeah.
Yep,
So we even
all
gonna do
over it.
so from because where we go from dinner to where we party, we're like, oh, we probably need a little pick me up and get because it's like a little 5-10 minute walk. We might give people carajillos, which is like a liqueur 42 and then something else and some coffee, and we can walk with them of those and like sip it and go with that. Or it'd be like an espresso martini to go and walk off with that, something like that. So it'd be fun.
That works as well, doesn't it?
That works.
Well, very exciting. Very, very exciting. Starting to fill me all up
No,
now.
it's like possibly the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh yeah, 100%. Don't doubt
Like,
that for a
yeah,
second, mate.
it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Anyway, we've got a quiz time only this time. I'm the quiz master, and
I
you've got
know.
to answer the questions, mate.
Had
And I
no
thought I'd keep it on the
time.
food. I thought we keep it on the food topic as we talked about food with that, right? So I've got a list of 8 foods here, Tom. You have to tell me whether they are real foods or fake foods.
Just FYI, guys, we will get to some fitness bullshit. Like at some point.
Nah, this is fitness. It's nutrition. What are you about? It's nutrition. It's nutrition. It's nutrition.
Well, so
Okay,
explain it again.
So there are 8 foods that I've got to tell you. 8 foods, types of foods, meals, whatever you describe them as, and some are real and some are fake. You have to tell me which ones are real and which ones are fake. So real food, fake food. Okay, and this isn't like an Eddie Abu thing where I'm going to say fucking donut and it's fake. No, not that. Fake, okay. So question 1, Tom, is this a real food or a fake food? Stargazy pie. Is that a real food or a fake food?
Gazy pie.
Stargazy
Pie. So it feels like it should be an American thing with like a pie. If I was going to construct this, so it would be like pie base, like that. But then it would be like one of those like, it'd be like gray meringue with like stars and shit in it. That's how I would do it if I was making this food. Real food.
That is a real food, Tom. That is fish pie
Oh, I
with
got it wrong.
entire sardines poking their heads out of the crust like a horror movie. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's not good, is it?
Yeah.
That's not gonna be nice.
No,
Not a big,
not at all.
not a big fan of sardines.
Okay, Tom, is this a real food or a fake food? Miblet mash. Miblet mash. Miblet mash. Miblet mash.
Miblets.
Miblet mash. Real food or fake food?
No, it's not. That's not real food. That's not real food.
That is a fake food.
Fuck
Tom's good at
off.
this. That is a good. That is good. Well done, mate. That's
Oh,
fake.
oh,
Right.
that was fake.
You
All
got
right,
it.
okay.
Yeah, you got it right. No, you got it right.
All right,
Sorry, you got it right. That was.
I
that
thought you
was
said
fake.
that was okay. Good. Yeah.
No, that's a fake food. So
Well,
number
I think
3.
because
Tom. So you're so far 2 for 2.
Thank you. So surely wouldn't it would be would a giblet mash be a real thing?
I don't know, Tom.
Right,
to be
okay.
honest, I don't know the answer to that question for you. But I've got another one here. Muktuk. Muktuk. M-U-K T-U-K. Muktuk.
M-U-K muck tuck, not muck.
M-U-K T-U-K. Muktuk.
Use muck tuck.
Muktuk. Yeah.
What
would
you
you
say
say
that you say that like McDonald's, like muck MC.
Muktuk.
Muck. You're saying muck and not muck.
M-U-K. How would you say M-U-K? Muck.
Muck. Muck. Not
Muktuk.
muck. You're from the north, it's alright. Muck tuck. Fake food. No idea what that is. Don't know what it'd be either.
It's a real food, Tom. Muktuk is an Inuit delicacy made of whale skin and blubber. There you go. Serve that at your wedding on canapes. Okay?
Would I try it?
No.
I think I would. I think I
No, you
would.
wouldn't. Right, you're on 2 out of 3. You're on 2 out of 3, Tom. Number 4, Frimble cakes. Frimble cakes. Real food or fake food?
Frimble. TH
Frimble
or F?
cakes. Frimble. Frimble cakes.
Frimble cakes. Yeah, real food.
Yeah. That's a fake food, Tom. Frimble cakes were made up. Unbelievable. Frimble cakes. Mini sponge cakes served at imaginary tea parties, says ChatGPT.
Damn it, I should have asked your daughter. She's probably a little bit too old for imaginary tea parties now.
Number 5. Real food or fake food, Tom? Scrapple. Scrapple.
Scrapple.
Yeah, Scrapple. Scrapple.
So it's going to be, I feel like that is Scrabble letters made out of apple. That's what I would be.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Yeah.
But then I go real food, and that's exactly what it is.
Food. Scrapple is a real food, but it's not. It's not what you thought it was. Scrapple is a mush of pork scraps and cornmeal formed into a loaf and fried. American, of course.
That sounds alright.
Well, I mean, pork scraps don't sound great. It depends on what we're talking there with scraps, but I mean, other than that, it sounds okay. But
I mean,
yeah, you got that one right, Tom. 3 out of 5 so far.
Throw some apple in there, then you're good. Right? That
Would be great, wouldn't you?
That would lift it up. You get a bit like the salty and the. You can get pork and apple sausages, pretty standard thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what it is. Scrapple. Anyway, next one. Real food or fake food, Tom? We've got 3 left. Cullen skink.
Ooh.
Cullen skink. CULLENSKINK. Cullen skink.
Well, I know I've heard of skink. So I'm gonna go real food.
It is a real food.
Yeah,
Cullen
okay.
skink is a Scottish soup made of smoked haddock, potatoes, and onions.
Yeah, I think I've had skink, so I don't know what I didn't. The first one I didn't know. Okay. I've got a bit of Scottish in me, Daniel. That's like
Really?
frequent holiday.
Clearly you have. Okay, number 7. Real food or fake food? Drangle pie. Drangle pie. DRANGLE pie.
Drangle pie. That would be Drangle. How would I can't even think. My brain goes to dragon. So when dragons are not real, sorry guys, they're not.
That is true.
But Drangle sounds like a strangled dragon pie. So that's not real. Fake food.
That is a fake food.
Yes.
Drangle pie is a fake food. Tom's pulled it back. He didn't start great. He's pulled it back. Okay, last food, Tom. Real food or fake food? Crumble duck. Crumble duck. All one word. Crumble and then D.
All one word.
Double O. DOOK.
Oh,
Crumble
Duke.
duck. Duke. Crumble Duke. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Crumble Duke.
Like Count Dooku. Duke.
Yeah, Duke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crumble
okay.
Duke.
Crumble Duke. Fake food. That's not a thing.
That is a fake food. Allegedly a meat and oat baked pie from Wales. Totally made up.
Allegedly.
6 out of 8, Tom, you got? I mean, that's not too bad.
I thought I was going down.
I thought you were going to really struggle there. You pulled it back, to be fair. I think, to be fair, ChatGPT didn't give me much to go with, to be fair. Wumbleberry jam, I mean, that was obviously not one. Snizzle root stew, I mean, that's obviously not one either. Do you know what I mean? Like, didn't give me much to go with here. But some of the other ones that came up with the weird names were Akatak. You never would have got that. Akatak, that's a real food. Eskimo ice cream, mixture of animal fat, berries, and snow. Oof. Hakari. Hakarl? Hakal. Yeah, fermented shark from Iceland. Ooh. But then the rest of them, you'd have got them. Bubble and Squeak, Rocky Mountain oysters, Spotted Dick. You'd have got all them. Sounds easy. They're not
Yeah,
really that
fine.
funny, are they? But yeah,
No.
6 out of 8, Tom. I think that's about right. That's about average for our scores, isn't it, on these
I think that's
quizzes?
about right. That's about right. Yeah, I think
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you smashed the first one. You knew your footballers.
Footballers, yeah. It's fine. But yeah, so there you go. Anyway, I don't have to talk about fitness shit. Can I just end it there? Just gonna say, I think that's what people care about
Just
these days. People don't care about fitness these days, Tom, with us. You do know this, don't you?
I know, literally. I think, and yeah, I spotted a couple of posts within a couple of days of our podcast last week of interestingly saying that fitness was the most boring thing about them, which is obviously
Oh,
what we
really?
I
Oh,
want people to like obviously take our insight or whatever. But yeah, you are correct. Yeah, let's have a look at what else you do. Blah 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 blah. Just because it is there.
yeah.
Well, I
Well,
was
that's good.
actually,
As long
I
as
think I was talking
people
about
are
it.
actually, I'm just surprised people are listening, mate. To be
Yeah,
honest.
it's so true.
Mm,
At least over 100 people listen as soon as it comes out. At least
crazy.
crazy, even more,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Weirdos, very, very weird. Yeah, I think I was talking about it like that, that concept to someone literally in person today in IRL.
About
Learn
what?
that, learn that, learn that. IRL. I only learned that like about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Off somebody
Really? In real
else's,
life?
yeah, in real life. Yeah, yeah. I didn't realize that that was a thing that somebody said as well, instead of saying in real life or
Yeah,
like
it's
just
what's this
saying
that?
IRL.
It's
And I
definitely
was like,
a young
yeah,
kids thing.
it was somebody's, it was one of my clients' kids.
IRL.
I was like, yeah, and she was like, oh, Dad, IRL, you're so embarrassing. I was like, what?
Say the words. Like,
I
you
was
wouldn't even need
like,
to say that. You
you
wouldn't say
didn't
it
even
in real
say it,
life. Well, this
literally.
is real
Like,
life.
just
This is real life.
you are embarrassing. Dad, you're embarrassing. That's all you need to say. IRL, you're so embarrassing. Whereas in his like virtual world, he's like absolutely like
Yeah, it's not
cool as fuck.
embarrassing. Yeah.
Absolute legend. You wanted to talk about what was happening in the gym. I guess we can talk about this from an etiquette standpoint, a programming standpoint, and I literally did this today as well, which was very serendipitous of what was happening in your facility and mine. Maybe it was like portals that was joining in different worlds.
It
Uh,
must be, yeah. I think it's just seeing it and you just forget that people are
seeing
clueless, don't
it
you?
IRL, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seeing it IRL. I saw it IRL. IRL, by the way. IRL. With my own eyes. Yeah, it's just like, when you see people in the gym and they're doing supersets between two machines. And like today you saw it, there's a guy on a chest press machine, guy and also wanted the machine fly machine, which was about 6 machines over in this gym. Not like it's close. It's like 6 machines over, right? And he's got his towel on the one that he's not using, and he's sat on the one that he is using with his bag next to it. Obviously, always got fucking bags under these people. And it was like someone went over to the fly machine and he was doing his chest presses, and he just finished his set and ran over quickly. He's like, I'm using that. As the guy was like, is anyone using this to a few people around it? Obviously, people didn't really care or didn't really know, right? And it was just, and he was like, okay, no worries. Okay, you're doing a superset, no worries. And he's like, oh, can I just work in with you? And he was like, no, no, I'm using it. I'm using it. And he's like, yeah, but when you're not using it over there, can I use it? He's like, no, no, I'm using it. I'm supersetting. Look, it's written in my plan. A superset. I've got a superset. And I just sat there and I was just like, what is going on in the world? Like, it's not that important, number one. Like, supersets are fucking pointless if you're doing it that way. Like, you should be doing opposing muscle groups to save time, not try and do the same muscle group. Pointless. That's another discussion for another day. Then I was like, anytime I've ever done a superset with someone, it's always been if you do have a machine or you do a compound movement, it's usually with a movement that can be done on the floor, body weight, with a resistance band, or doesn't require another bit of equipment so that they can reserve their bit of equipment and then do something else. So, for example, you might do back squats with resistance band pull-off presses, or you might do back squats with dead bugs, or you might do back squats with single leg RDLs with a kettlebell because they're different bits of equipment that you can move them and you take up a small bit of space. And I think it comes from being a PT in a small gym we were in Marylebone. We had to be very
Yeah.
creative with the space we had. And you are in most gyms anyway. And I just couldn't believe it was a full blown argument erupted because this guy was so adamant he had to do this superset. And of course, he had 4 or 5 sets. Obviously, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he have that many sets, right? Fucking stupid. And it just made me realize that, like, I don't know if the guy had a plan from a coach, but it just strikes me as such a standard. And, I'm going to throw him into the mix. Don't care that it's cliche. Bodybuilder coach, probably, who told him he had to do this and it could only be done that way. And he had to have 30-second rest in between. He was there timing his rest and all this sort of shit, right? Just made me realize that, these are people that might have PTs or coaches. And it's just like, I just thought it was standard gym etiquette to just, you can't take up more than one machine. Right? I just thought everyone knows that, don't they? As an unwritten rule of the gym. Apparently not.
Yeah.
Apparently not. And I saw another guy do it with, he was doing leg extensions and hamstring curls. Again, not exactly like close in the, I say close, fairly close in the gym. You could see the one from the other. But a girl came and asked if she could work on the hamstrings. And this guy was like, yeah, no problem. I'm just over there doing legs. But it is a bit awkward. I just don't think supersets on two machines should be allowed. I just don't think it should be a thing that you're ever allowed to do, in my opinion. Anyway, that's just what I know. I saw it and I just came back and I just, I'm like on my stories, always talking about observational things that I've seen. And it just shocked me a bit. I was like, if you're doing that and someone comes along and wants to use the machine, you have to either let them work in or you have to give up the machine.
Yeah.
You have to, in my opinion.
You should just, or it's like, oh yeah, yeah. It's normally just like work in, it's fine. Like the rest of the time
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. Just if it ends up being too long a rest, you just fucking work hard on the next set. Fine. Just do that. Like
Yeah,
it's cool. But yeah, I guess if he
I
if
just think
he's
coaches need to be aware of this shit, right? If they're planning for their clients, like just writing programs, just think about stuff, like think about. And this is the thing. Again, it makes me laugh about coaches. They're probably not asking the question. Are coaches asking their client, "How's your gym spread out? How's it set up? Where does the equipment go? What's this? Where's this going to be?"
yeah.
So again, you can plan for
But
this shit,
I
right?
think
I
it's a case
don't
of
know.
also it's a case of like so there's I make mistakes in terms of that because I asked for that, but obviously I'll be like I'll write a plan and then I'm like boom, that's exactly how I would love it to be done. But in the first week of them doing that, they might be like, Tom, I don't think I've looked at this day. I don't think that will really work. Cool, right? Change it. Be like, all right, what can do you think you could do in that place, and then just move it retrospectively. That's absolutely fine. Or you give them the option of do this or this or this. It's fine, but either whether it be the regression of or the free weight basis of, right? So that's going to be the main thing. But I don't think that's going to be. It shouldn't be too hard for coaches to do, no? Shouldn't be. I don't know.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think so, no.
No.
But I worry that it is. This is my point. Is I just don't think that there's this thought process with it anymore. I think it's just this is how it needs to be done. This is how it has to
Mm,
be done. I don't know. I just think it's so. I use supersets with my clients from a time saving point of view.
correct.
I'm like, if you're doing a bench press, you can do
like
bicep curls with that. Like, why not? Do you know, like, is why would you not do that?
s-
Um,
I think
yeah, I just find it hard.
in obviously my members group is will be live at the start of July. And th we literally go over this topic in terms of time efficiency or like why you would superset. Because I superset with every single one of my clients. The only person that I didn't have supersets with for a short while, probably like 8 weeks from event, was a strong man. And literally because I was like, you just need to chill. Or he's doing like every minute on the minute, like deadlift stuff, like 4 reps and deadlifts, and he hasn't got anything there. He just has to deadlift. It's fine. That kind of thing's fine. They probably don't have to do it. But other than that, like just for time saving, getting more bang for the buck, getting more stimulus in, it should be the case. And then there's obviously non-competing is probably number one. That's what 90% of the people do. So that just means you're either doing like upper and most common, it's going to be upper and lower, let's be honest, and you just
Mm.
have something. And then it's if you do a predominant upper, then like you said, you've got core based stuff, carry based stuff, but then there's
Hmm.
nuances to it, right? So I'm not gonna pair a hinge pattern which you have to pull like a deadlift or a pulling pattern, a lat pull down, for example, with say a farmer's carry. That doesn't work because it's too grip taxing. So you have to think about that kind of stuff. And I was correct. Look, the explosions are happening if you look at the shoes.
Why is there fireworks going
That
off?
was so weird. This is on Dan's Zoom, so obviously that's happened. Uh, yeah, so that's
Weird.
one. So you have to kind of
Crazy.
think about those things. Obviously, I have to think about jumps and shit at the moment because obviously I do a lot of plyometric work. all that kind of stuff. So there's that kind of stuff as well. But you would do so. There's some posts that I've got coming out actually because when you said oh they should be like non-competing, I've got some posts about High Rocks doing competing. So they're cool. So you've got kind of two different ends of the spectrum of like contrasting sets, which you're very efficient of, like you'll know a lot about from sports and stuff.
Mm.
But you've got compromise sets, which is totally the other end of the spectrum. But like it's like I
Yeah.
said spectrum, very weird, but spectrum. So compromise sets, but still with the fucking aid for it to be space efficient in the gym. That's the whole point of doing a compromise set in Hyrox.
Yeah.
So you're not fucking taking up that piece of equipment for a lengthy amount of time. So I've got one talking about like the sandbag lunges. Nobody wants to be going doing using the track for so long, do anything like that. So instead of doing sandbag lunges for 80 meters at a time and just doing that basically, or doing aimless amounts of back squats, you could do essentially like a heavy back squat for maybe sixes, eights, and then you go into your sandbag lunges. You've got a compromised muscle group that's already had a large amount of effort and intensity for it. Then you go do the mechanically similar kind of work and you go through that. So a compromised superset. Or you do the contrasting one, whereas it's like heavy back squat into jumping, because they're contrasting intensities. But anyway, it's still not the same fucking machine. But those are ways you can
Yeah, I
superset.
mean, look, I mean, obviously the way that we see it most of the time in the gym is again it's bodybuilding specific, right?
It's
And it's just again
should
it's
be.
like it's
Yeah.
just fucking stupid. Like what
And
you're
it would
talking
just
about there
be
is obviously specific to the sport and the environment or whatever. It's
but I
always done
guess
that way.
in
Um,
bodybuilding they're doing like pre-fatigue, but like like if you were doing that like chest press, like you said, like if you're doing chest press, then do a mechanically like advantage position and go into like your push-ups. It's fine. Why not? Like do really slow
yeah,
fucking
it's
push-ups or
just this whole
go
thing.
what
I'm guessing that the
what would be better would be to like slow eccentric push-ups post or like isometric hold push-ups and just hold from the bottom. That'd be sound. That'd be fucking taxing. Same stimulus, give or take.
yeah.
90%
It's
there.
the way that it needs to be like this, like oh, it's because it's the lengthening of the fly. Do you know what I mean? Versus the shortening of the. Oh, it's just all that crap, man. It's just like, and again, like for the average person, it's just like just don't fucking worry about it. Like I just don't get it, me. But yeah, anyway, that was just a funny observation in the gym today, and I just thought I'd make a point about it because I'm
But
sure people do it. I'm sure stupid coaches do.
the thing is like when you train some like as you probably seen, they've trained that person like that. So now that person, when they travel to any other gym, or for example, like that environment changed, they're not adaptable in any fucking way, right? So they're not going to be able to have the knowledge base and kind of safetyness of like, oh, what if that's not free, or what if I know I must have that certain
Yeah,
angle on that certain machine to get the result that I paid for. If that doesn't, the whole thing's out the window. Whereas what we want our coaches to do is like, no, cool, just need you to go and do a fucking horizontal push, and we will end up with the same result. That's going to be fine. Pick one of those. It's going to be like, do you want to use a dumbbell? Just do it to the right intensity. There's a barbell, or do it the right intensity for a push up. We'll be all right. You're not going to lose sleep over it. Whereas he's going to be like, fucking prick wanted to work in with me today, and like the whole session's like in his
yeah.
psyche now. It's like, oh, I had a shit session because that prick like wanted to do it. So I had it today, right? In a private facility, and it was the same thing. Four coaches at the same time was trying to work in on a leg press. I'm like, and I was the better man. So I was like, and the guy was
Well,
like
you
coming
always
over.
are
He
the
was
better
like,
man. You always are.
the guy came over and was like, "Oh, it's your turn. Do you want to go back in?" And I was like, "Mate, I'm done. It's too busy. I'm gonna go over here. I can work around it. You're cool." So what I did was a pre-fatigue and compromise set, and I was like, "All right, that leg press, I was making it quad dominant, but I wanted like the hinge pattern." Cool, because we've just been doing like Hatfield squats, and this guy's just looking for mass that I'm training. So I was like, fine, all right. We did a pre-fatigue of a leg extension into heavy goblet squats. And I just asked him to make the goblet squat as kind of hack squatty as possible on like heel raises and push backwards. And I was like, that's what I want you to be really super vertical and you're going to get as much kind of knee bend as possible. I was like, I want that, but I want the hinge pattern to what we were doing. Yeah, he was like, is it all right? I'm like, it's not perfect, but it's fucking fine. Like we've got the like you're mashing your quads up there and we're mashing them here with the glute. It's cool. It will do the same fucking thing. He's like, oh, okay, cool. Client like was like, oh, cool. You know how to work. I was like, we're smart enough to work around it. It's fine. I guess it's
Yeah.
annoying when people are so rigid, and the inability to like just flex with it and just understand. Yeah, like all right, it's not fucking perfect, but
Well, I think as well, you become more of an authority to your client straight away then as well. They're going,
yeah,
oh, he knows his shit. Like,
I'm
because I'm
like,
feeling this just as much as I would before. Yeah.
but just the ability to think on your feet, right? Just like, all right, problem solve. Like, what are you doing? What if something doesn't go perfectly in your business? What if something doesn't go perfectly? How can you think around it? What can you make the solution to be in rather than like, I can't, that problem's in my way. I've got to stop everything I do before that problem disappears. All right, how do we work around this? Like, what is the
Mm.
solution to getting this done in the best way possible? So, because we probably said like done is better than perfect prefer like a load of times in our businesses, etc. Oh, and obviously done and not shit is great, but done to the best of our ability in that current situation, probably good. Oh, probably all right. And back ourselves. Yeah, fun one, fun one, mate.
Very true, mate. Yeah, that's. I think, and again, like these are coaches that are always telling their clients exactly that. That the problem, the reason that you've never seen success is because you don't stick to anything because you're trying to be perfect. You're trying to make it all optimal. I'm just like, well, then show them that they can be flexible with this thing. Show them that they can do any horizontal push movement. You don't really care if it's a chest press machine or a barbell bench press or this. Like, just actually make sure that they're fucking enjoying what they're doing.
That was interesting. I had this with a recent client who's come in for the last, he's probably 5 weeks in now. And he used to be with a bodybuilding coach. Absolutely cool. And he missed the session that I wrote for him last week, week before. And he, in his check-in, he was like, oh, my bad. Like, I just couldn't fit that in. It's fine. He was like, but next week's a lot clearer. Like, blah, blah, blah. He was like, what I would normally do with my old coach, I would try to catch up that session that you wrote for that week and push it into this week. So I do a double session one day. And I was like, no, like, why would you do that? It was like, that week's gone. It's cool. Like, I've got the volume I want you for that week. That one session, not gonna fucking kill you. Like, it's okay. You've done everything else. You're cool. You're training 6 times a week. Like, if you're gonna lose that session, we're okay. If you're training once a week, then that's fucking ridiculous. Yes, correct. But yeah, if you're training like 5, 6 times a week, like, we're not gonna lose sleep over that. There you are, dude. But
Yeah.
that's about rigidity and flexibility, right? It's like, okay,
Yeah.
understanding that the goal is still gonna be maintained. And I was like, mate, I got a big old mantra here. I was like, 80% is good. Like, if you get 80% usually in your degree, do you get like a first class degree? Yeah, cool. Right. You're probably going to get most of the way there. If you do 80% of everything. Like, if you did 80% of every single session, that's just some of the fluff off the back end, right? That you're probably missing most of the time. Uh, don't
That's
know.
what she said.
Wow. Laura said that. Jeez.
That's what she said. Bit of fluff off the back end. Fucking hell, on that bombshell.
On that
Okay.
bombshell. Do you want to see something funny, Dan?
Always. I've been looking at you for the last hour, so yeah.
You can look at me a little bit more. So my mum gave me my child health record, and I don't know if you saw my
Wow.
story. I didn't post it on my stories yet. Also, funny story. I was making a salad. I've got a red mark here. I don't know if you noticed. Because I was making a like taco salad with like some pico de gallo, and it has chili in it. And then I cut up the chili, and then immediately wiped my face, and my face just went raw and burning. Oh my God. Awful. One of the worst sensations I've ever had. Anyway, I'm stupid.
So that's
And
why your
then
mum gave you a child health record because you're still a
it's
child.
like it fucking it's like and then you know you've got that thing like where you must touch something. I was like, I just really want to rub my eyes. I really want to rub my eyes. I was like
Yeah. Yeah.
and I was like, I can't, otherwise I'm gonna. But anyway, within this, what would you like to see first? Anyway, it is Tom aged. I'm gonna go for 9 years old, or Tom
Yeah.
aged, I think 13.
Is this going to be Tom, like innocent child, and then Tom, the emo kid? Is that the difference?
No, I wasn't emo until like
Oh,
year
okay.
10. Year 10, I started growing my hair, I think. I
Does it look like
wasn't
he was a
cool.
teenager then? 13. Come on.
I think this was 13.
wow.
I know, right? Okay.
You look
Terrible.
quite studious.
I look
Yeah, you
pale.
look quite studious there. Yeah, very serious photo. What about a nine? What about a nine? I bet a
I
nine. You
think
look
this is
a bit
nine.
chubbier. No way.
Doesn't really
Fucking
look like
hell.
me, does it?
Doesn't know. Not really. I mean, the beard doesn't help, but it's hard to do the
I know. Look at
comparison.
the
But
haircut as well. I think
yeah,
I'm
it's not really you. That
poor.
I wouldn't describe that as
Bit
you.
poor,
But
isn't it? I didn't
yeah,
grow my hair until, yeah, I was 14-ish. I started growing it out. And then I had like nice long
yeah.
hair.
I've got to find some photos of you when we first joined Third Space. I need to find those. They must exist somewhere.
I think I was like, because I just come off dieting hard. I think I was quite skinny. I think.
Oh yeah, not worried about that. It's more about your
Yeah.
fucking hair and the state of your face, mate.
Did I have long hair when I joined First Base?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Did I?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
yeah. Your hair has only got shorter since I've known you. It's not got
Yeah,
longer at all.
oh yeah,
It
it's
started
definitely
off long
it's.
and you just slowly, gradually pulled it back.
But I'm just thinking because obviously I was at third space just after my masters, right? So I'm trying to think of what I looked like when I was at Camp America. I don't think I had long hair then. Maybe I had longish. Maybe I grew it out again. I don't know.
I think it was long-ish. I don't know how. I don't know if it might have been long for you, but it was certainly longer than it is now.
Yeah. Anyway, on that bombshell, down to find it. Lovely. End of business.
I'll have to find something. Not for me. No.
Priority lists still open. Will be open for the rest of the month. So get in. All right.
Get on
Later.
that shit.
We'll see you next week.